because less than 3% of you people read books. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. You're beginning to believe the illusions. This is mass madness, you maniac. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion.
Welcome, everyone. It's IdiotBox Television. We're back again, episode 189. And this week, we got, a plethora. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
A plethora of things to talk about. It's midterms, wealth, life, love, health, entertainment, etc. I'm DJ Drumtastic.
Troy Everett. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you like, share, tell Pookie and them that we're talking about some serious stuff today. And you
Midterms is a big thing, y'all.
Yeah.
We got to do that. Man, what you talking about not today? What was that?
My shirt, not today. I'm on one today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on one today. So please forgive me in advance. It's always better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Miss Deborah Jones, thanks for joining in. As always, you usually the first one that slide in. Well, I can't keep calling her Deborah Jones, Mom. And you can't call your mom her name neither. You got to call your mom from now on.
I do call my mom Ma.
No, you don't. You say Crystal Myers.
Yeah, when she pops up, but I say Mom.
The show,
Okay,
you say
Mom.
Chris. Okay, so since you said that, I'm going to go and I'm going to start getting some clips of you calling her name and not Mom. But hey, Mom, how you doing? We're talking about a bunch of stuff. Midterms. Got a couple videos here. We're going to talk about some health stuff, little life, little wealth, just a bunch of different things. And we're going to wait a few minutes before we go through our regular old spew. Thanks for joining in. Episode 189. Let's do that. That's a long list of stuff.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Wealth, life, love, health, entertainment, etc.
All that stuff.
We don't want to have one thing popping. We got a new little gadget over there at the bottom right, as you can see. Once you guys type in your stuff, it automatically pops it up. So if we miss it, sometimes we might miss or have to go back, but now we're real time. So as soon as you guys type your comments in, they pop up over there to the right. I think it's the right.
Greg, I see Greg. See on my phone, it shows when people come on before it shows on here. So I said it's just Greg is watching. Greg, what's up, brother? How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Yeah, Greg and his Mediterranean diet, be really enjoying. Look at the food that he's prepared. See, man, you never know where this is going to lead you. You might have your own Mediterranean restaurant coming up because that food looks good, man. It's plated all nice. You know, I don't know. He looks like he's got some like WD-40 and sprayed it on it so it sparkles, man. I don't know what he's doing, man, but it's good.
Not the WD-40.
Yeah, man, it can't be looking that damn good.
Oh, I forgot we don't got to click on that no more. He said he's pretty good. Man, that's good, bro. That's good. I ain't even been on Facebook as much because I'm going to tell the truth. I'm a TikTok junkie.
Yeah, he needs to go to rehab. I pop on there and I see drummers live all the time. He's playing music. He's talking to these other people. They're talking about other people. And I'm like, man, what is this stuff? What is this?
We talking about all kind of stuff. That's good, man. We're glad you're doing good. I don't know why I keep wanting to click on that. I'm so used to doing that. Okay, so let me see. Let me go in here and let's see what we got in here.
What you looking for, drummer?
I was just looking just to be scrolling through while you're waiting for people to come in. Now we know how many people is in here, and you know how they say when you come in people's house you're supposed to speak, and so far it's only Mom, Miss Deborah Jones, and Greg. They're the only two people that spoke. Now I'm not going to call the numbers out, but still a few of y'all that haven't spoke yet. So let me see. We Joy's shirt says not today, so we're not really for the shenanigans. So we're gonna call you out today. So let me see if I can see. Oh yeah, I can see who else is there. Okay, let me see. Oh,
there you go.
I'm not gonna call you out. I'm not gonna call you out, but I see who's there. Look. Shay. Hey, Shay, do you have a TikTok page? Because some of the conversations I'm in, Shay, I would love to have you or Greg there. That is for real. Hey,
Aunt Shelly, how you doing? That's my Aunt Shelly,
doing?
all the way up there in Jacksonville, Florida. Thanks for tuning in. She's watching on YouTube. Yeah, good weather. I don't know. It might be raining up there right now. It was raining earlier.
It's raining here. Now, let me go ahead and just do this first of all. Now, everyone, don't forget, for all the merchandise and everything, you can go see the show and everything possible with IdiotBox TV. Go to idiotboxtv.org.
Whoops, I did something. What did I do?
idiotboxtv.org.
Yeah, go in there, got all the stuff about. Click on about. You meet the team and ex-team members, founders. We keep him on there because he was there in the beginning. He's one of the founders, old Sharif Brown. We miss our buddy.
Yeah, we do.
And Alliance. If you're not familiar, go ahead, drummer. Tell them what Alliance is.
Oh, Troy, hell no, you do it all the time. I don't never have to think about it. It's your job.
Yeah, so Alliance, what it is, it's Alliance Entrepreneurs. What we did was we set up this Facebook page where we put, drummer will put the link up for the Facebook page where people put their products and services on. It's kind of like a marketing, a collaborative community of people marketing their products and services. Doesn't matter what it is. If you're a big business, small business, go ahead and go in there and join the group, talk with other individuals, look at their products, even purchase their products or services. It's a really great idea, and drummer keeps adding new people every week.
Every day, just about.
Yeah, every day. So just go ahead and check that out and share it with other people. Because what we want to do is go ahead.
I just put the link in the bio too, so it takes you straight to the Facebook page where you can see what's been posted there. You can post your goods and service, and every day I try to get something in there, but at least a few times a week.
Yeah.
Now Greg said, or was it Shay? Wait, hold on. See, now this is when I'm missing the comment because it's gone now. Oh, Greg said, they're going to start doing content on TikTok, but he got to check with his side chick first. He don't need no salty sides.
Oh man!
Now, we do have all the merchandise on there. This is the older merchandise. I got to order a couple of things. Going to be coming in, my Me versus Me t-shirts. But hey, there's all kind of different merch. We've been slacking a little bit, but there's going to be some new designs of t-shirts and different things coming for the summer, like tank tops and stuff like that.
Yeah. Our summer line will be out with the pastels and different designs also. So be on the lookout for that. Like drummer said, we're working on it as we speak.
So don't forget, for t-shirts and hoodies and other merchandise, idiotboxtv.org and click shop. I got to get my me versus me hoodie and t-shirt. Oh, I didn't see that one. I don't like that style hat, but that's cool. Young
Got
man.
all,
Those are
yeah,
nice.
they got all the different colors.
Wait, what's the other one? Pull up the other hats like these. Like the
Like
ones me and you got on, the different make of the hat, and not the straight out one like that. They're like those. But there's none in that style though.
No, these are all solid colors.
Oh, yeah. See, I like those too. Yeah, I need to get me some more of those. Yes, see, I'm doing all that. So you guys look. When we was giving them away, it was no problem. We can't get nobody to buy nothing. We are the only ones purchasing the merchandise. Yes, we pay for this. It's not free. It costs money.
Yeah, if other people don't buy it, at least we're buying it, right, drummer?
That's right. We're buying it.
We're supporting
Our
us.
proceeds go to snacks for Troy's grandkids.
No, to keep the show going, man. This platform costs us $400 a year.
It do.
So that's what it goes to. When we do sell it, put it back in the coffer so we can pay for this platform.
Okay, so tell you what, if people don't buy nothing, we gonna start asking for donations. What's the Cash App? We're gonna get Cash App.
Is Be Creative 44. Send $1,
Yeah.
send $2, send $5.
There it is. There it is. Hold on. Let me put that in the comments. I'm messing up right now. Go ahead, Troy. Talk about something until we start. We're trying to get some more people on. It's still early.
Yeah. So this stuff we're doing isn't. We have to pay for it, and we're hoping that this is a service to some people. You know, it gets people together. Kind of. She says, "I'll buy some as soon as I get a job. I'm broke as that." Well, we appreciate
Who
you
said
even
that?
thinking about us. I mean, even coming on, you're supporting us. You do say support.
Oh, you're good.
You're good. We understand that it's rough right now because of these taco tariffs. We don't know what's going to go on. Prices may go up. They may go down. We don't know what's happening. People are losing their job. Unemployment has got to be up. They say it's not, but it's got to be.
Gas is up.
Prices just keep climbing. So we understand, but we haven't changed our prices. Our prices have been the same since we started. So we didn't go up on the prices. We are going to take a hit on the profit of some of the stuff, but that's all right. We don't care.
We don't care. Did I do it right?
We don't care what Diaper Don does. We're going to keep everything the same.
Yep. So let's do this. So the show today is just about an array of things. You know, some things like in entertainment, love, health, wealth. And I decided to make some small little videos to look at some stuff, just, you know, some stuff you guys may not know. So right now I'm going to pull up something about health. And what I have for health today, oh, shoot. I wasn't supposed to do that yet. What I have for health today is about carbs. How carbs affect your body. Carbs. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Which of these has the least carbohydrates? This roll of bread, this bowl of rice, or this can of soda? It's a trick question. Although they may differ in fats, vitamins, and other nutritional content,
All the same.
when it comes to carbs, they're pretty much the same. So what exactly does that mean for your diet? First of all, carbohydrate is the nutritional category for sugars and molecules that your body breaks down to make sugars. Carbohydrates can be simple or complex depending on their structure. This is a simple sugar, or monosaccharide. Glucose, fructose, and galactose are all simple sugars. Link two of them together and you've got a disaccharide, lactose, maltose, or sucrose. Complex carbohydrates, on the other hand, have 3 or more simple sugars strung together. Complex carbohydrates with 3 to 10 linked sugars are oligosaccharides. Those with more than 10 are polysaccharides. During digestion, your body breaks down those complex carbohydrates into their monosaccharide building blocks, which your cells can use for energy. So when you eat any carbohydrate-rich food, the sugar level in your blood, normally about a teaspoon, goes up, but your digestive tract doesn't respond to all carbohydrates the same. Consider starch and fiber, both polysaccharides, both derived from plants, both composed of hundreds to thousands of monosaccharides joined together, but they're joined together differently, and that changes the effect they have on your body. In starches, which plants mostly store for energy in roots and seeds, glucose molecules are joined together by alpha linkages, most of which can be easily cleaved by enzymes in your digestive tract. But in fiber, the bonds between monosaccharide molecules are beta bonds, which your body can't break down. Fiber can also trap some starches, preventing them from being cleaved, resulting in something called resistant starch. So foods high in starch, like crackers and white bread, are digested easily, quickly releasing a whole bunch of glucose into your blood, exactly what would happen if you drank something high in glucose, like soda. These foods have a high glycemic index, the amount that a particular food raises the sugar level in your blood. Soda and white bread have a similar glycemic index because they have a similar effect on your blood sugar. But when you eat foods high in fiber, like vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, those indigestible beta bonds slow the release of glucose into the blood. Those foods have a lower glycemic index, and foods like eggs, cheese, and meats have the lowest glycemic index. When sugar moves from the digestive tract to the bloodstream, your body kicks into action to transfer it into your tissues, where it can be processed and used for energy. Insulin, a hormone synthesized in the pancreas, is one of the body's main tools for sugar management. When you eat and your blood sugar rises, insulin is secreted into the blood. It prompts your muscle and fat cells to let glucose in and jumpstarts the conversion of sugar to energy. The degree to which a unit of insulin lowers the blood sugar helps us understand something called insulin sensitivity. The more a given unit of insulin lowers blood sugar, the more sensitive you are to insulin. If insulin sensitivity goes down, that's known as insulin resistance. The pancreas still sends out insulin, but cells, especially muscle cells, are less and less responsive to it. So blood sugar fails to decrease, and blood insulin continues to rise. Chronically consuming a lot of carbohydrates may lead to insulin resistance, and many scientists believe that insulin resistance leads to a serious condition called metabolic syndrome. That involves a constellation of symptoms, including high blood sugar, increased waist circumference, and high blood pressure. It increases the risk of developing conditions like cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. And its prevalence is rapidly increasing all over the world. As much as 32% of the population in the US has metabolic syndrome. So let's get back to your diet.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I've been looking at also, Drummers. Glad you brought that up, is the insulin resistance. And what happens is, like they describe, if you eat a lot of carbs, it stores your energy in sugars. So your body will burn off the sugar, right? And if you want to lose weight, you don't want to just burn off the sugar that's stored in your body. You want to burn off the fat. You want to burn fat. So what you have to do is these carbs will store it, and it stores it as sugar. And until you burn off those sugar reserves, you're not burning fat. So you're not going to lose weight at all.
Right.
You're just burning, they call them, you're just burning sugar. Where once your body starts to burn fat, that's when you're losing weight. That's why I've been trying this new, a lot of people don't think it works, but it's called a carnivore diet. No carbs. No carbs at all. And one thing about what's that?
None?
No. It's a high fat. It's a high fat diet. So, eggs, uh, beef, steaks, things of that sort. These are all high. They don't have any carbs. It's high fat. So your body goes into what's called ketosis,
Hmm.
and it starts burning fat by eating this way. Some things that bad things about it is you could get there's a lot of cholesterol with these fats. So you have to also exercise, but it works. It really does, and it works rather quickly if you are eating and staying consistent with the diet and exercising. I mean, you can't just eat all this shit and expect to lose weight.
Right.
But like you said, those carbs, man. Shay says we've done it and it works. Yes.
Wait, where the comment thing at? You got to pull it back up again.
Oh, hold on. Let me put my bad.
Oh, I didn't know you had to.
Yeah. So I'll put Shay's comment up there. We've done it and it works. Uh, hey, Christy, how you doing?
Hey,
And Mr. Brown.
Dad, Mr. Brown.
But yeah, it truly works, but you have to be careful. Um, and a lot of people like carbs. I like bread, man. I don't know about you, but
Yes,
pastries, sugars in everything from your ketchup to your mayonnaise. It's in
everything.
everything.
I wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich after the show, but now,
I mean, on this on the carnivore diet, also there's certain vegetables you can eat too to stay in ketosis. What it is you want to get into a mode of your body burning fat and not sugar.
right.
Again, that's what happens is your body will build up the fat. The fat goes, that's what this is. It's all fat built up from the carbohydrates and the sugar. That's not getting burnt off. It's just the sugar in the body that's getting burnt off.
Shay said it was so hard because she loves bread and pasta. So you guys haven't been eating no bread and no pasta.
Yeah, it's you have to be disciplined to do it. But the video said, there's a lot of people that are insulin resistant. When you see us people walking around in the United States of America, we're fat slobs. Other countries don't eat like this, and they don't have the obesity, the heart problems, the diabetes problems that we do. And even growing up, you know, uh, has to do with our culture and what we eat, right?
Yep. Chrissy said carbs are not good, and that's what most people like. Carbs are straight sugar. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
Jackie Lee, thanks for joining in. Yes, carbs are straight sugar. But woo,
Yeah. And another thing, when you eat carbs, what happens is the difference between that and, like, let's say a vegan diet or a carnivore diet, when you eat carbs, your body craves more carbs. Like you ever eat, man, like, dang, I'm full, but I need a little snack,
I need a little snack.
yeah, that's because your body is craving carbs. It's craving that sugar. You're addicted to the sugar. When you go to a keto diet or you go to a vegan diet, you eat and you're full. You don't have those cravings to snack in between. You have a lot of fibers and stuff like that, so it keeps you full.
Right,
Um,
right.
but those carbs are terrible, man.
Shay said if this was years ago, I'd eat everything now and I don't care anymore. She said, well, I do, but only because of Greg's new health conditions. Right or
Right. And I think a lot of that has to do with our diet, the way we feel,
yep,
uh,
yep,
these things that
yep.
we have. We're not programmed. We shouldn't be eating like this. We really
Nope.
should. And the problem is, it's easy, right? It's easy to throw some, what do you call them, pizza rolls in the microwave, right? And grabs a It's just convenient. Other than having to wait for the steak, cure the steak, season the steak, cook the steak. People
Or
are rather
whatever you eat.
Right, or rather just go to McDonald's or Wendy's. It's convenient. Garbage is so convenient and easy for us. Whereas, like, if you look at Greg's Facebook and see the meals that he preps,
It's great.
it looks delicious, but it takes time to do that. And some people working 2 and 3 jobs, they don't have time to do that.
I mean, I'm good with eating a lot of vegetables and stuff, but I do get snacky. And just looking at that video, because I just pulled up a clip and looked at it a little bit, but I eat stuff like crackers and stuff like that because I'm thinking it's something for a snack, but it's not good. It turns into what?
Sugar.
And I was standing at the store with a box in my hand today, like, when I get snacky and want some cracker, I don't know what else to eat. Then they say you eat fruit, but then fruit is good sugar, but it's still sugar. So it's like,
yeah, there's some fruits that are high in sugar and some that are not, but like I said, it's fructose. There's 3 different types of sugars, and some sugars burn off faster than other sugars. Like the fructose, it's the fructose. Yeah, fructose, it burns off a little bit faster, and it's healthier for you than some of the stuff we get, like ice cream. I know Drummer likes to eat a half a gallon of ice cream.
no, I do not eat no half a gallon.
Man, you just told me the other day you was at, what was that place? What was that ice cream place?
Let me let you finish let me finish because I haven't had that ice cream in almost a month. But yeah, Cold Stone or one of them places.
That's what it was.
I sure do. I'm not. Hey, go there and get that. And look, but the thing about that is they make that there. It's not processed and put inside, and maybe they got to process the stuff that they make it with, but it's not in the store where it needs the longevity. So if I do get some ice cream, I go there.
Yeah. Shay says, I actually prefer home cooking, especially since I have my own personal chef. Yes,
Yeah.
again, man, Greg's stuff looks really, really good, man. It's plated nice. Like I said,
Man, why don't you pull it up and show them? Why don't you pull it up and show them?
Let's see if I can find
I'll read
it.
Christy's comment. Christy, in your comments, Christy said, we were raised on rice, potatoes, noodles. We were raised on a big carb diet and fried foods. I just don't have time to cook all the time. Grabbing something on the go is the easiest. Berries are the best fruits to eat. All other fruits are full of sugar. I just had a dietitian visit on Tuesday. Yes, I've been eating like one good meal a day, maybe a cup of tea or some good immunity tea in the morning, and then a good meal a day. And then like for dinner, like I ate early and I haven't eaten anything else. And I'm hungry right now. I'm probably just going to make me a small smoothie. And it's going to be red berries, some spinach, and maybe a piece of pineapple and a piece of, peach or something like that. What's that? Oh, that's one of
Greg's meals. We're putting you on blast here. It looks delicious. It looks like a feta cheese.
Wow, it does look
good.
good.
It does. So the baked chicken
on there?
Seasoned well. Chicken? Yep. Chicken. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Feta cheese. Looks like, is that feta cheese? Looks like feta cheese, cucumbers, spinach, pico de gallo, and some nice baked chicken. See, that looks good. Now that's
that looks very good. Describe, Greg. What is that? What is that? Talk to us. See, I can eat stuff like that, but like you said, it takes time. For my diet, I have to eat 55% carbs, 25% fat, 20% protein. I do a little more protein or increase my fiber to balance out. It's chicken, feta cheese, pizza with non-bread crust. That looks good. Chicken, feta cheese, pizza with non-bread crust. So there's no sauce or none of that on it. Apple, celery, cucumber, kale. Okay, so that's what he's putting on it? That's what you put on it, Greg?
I think that's a drink. I think that's a drink. Apple, celery, cucumber, kale, collards.
Oh, I bet you lemon. That's good.
Yeah, that's if it's not good, it's good for you. Those are a lot of superfoods in there with the kale, the cucumber, the apple and celery.
So wait, he said it's a drink, or did he agree with me? It's a drink.
It's a drink.
Okay. Where do you get that at, Greg? That I see. That's the kind of stuff I want to drink. That's why I've been making smoothies. And I was making smoothies at first, and my aunt Sean was like, "Okay, what's in it?" So I was telling her, she was like, "You need more berries and less pineapple, less stuff like that." So now he said Publix. Okay, okay. So I've been doing more red berries. So that's what I'm gonna make after the show, and it's gonna be spinach, red berries, and that's about it. Just something to not have me all full, but it's gonna be perfect.
And that's what I've been doing. I've been eating one meal a day.
Yep, that's it.
One meal a day. Intermittent fasting, make sure that meal is good. And then when I do feel like I have one of these snack things, I do exactly what Drummer says. I go get me some half and half, put that in there for my base, throw in some spinach, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, the bananas. Go ahead and
All
like
right,
my boss purchased a smoothie machine to keep me and my crew healthy. That's awesome.
that
That's
is awesome. That is
good.
awesome.
Because we're talking about wealth, but health is wealth. I mean, you can't spend money if you're not alive. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So
So
yeah,
on that note, let's do this then. Let's do this then. Since you said health is wealth, let's go to wealth. And I have a video. I have a video for that. Something I thought that was pretty smooth. Here we go.
Money and wealth are very different. Money is what you earn in exchange for your time and work, while wealth is the fortune that grows outside of your direct input. Wealth is making money while you sleep. Wealth continues to grow even if you decide to take a sick day, which cannot really be said with money. Even if you earn a lot of money, one can still have money problems. The most direct type of freedom that wealth solves is freedom from money problems.
Here's the 2-minute story of how
Oh,
I built
that's
a
great.
$10 million a year online business and how my mistakes and successes can help you build your business too.
The debate on whether or not money can make you happy is still ongoing, but one thing is for certain, lack of money will definitely make you unhappy. Much of our unhappiness comes from our inability to go through life comfortably and unstressed. Most people will work several jobs for 40 years and at the end hope that what they've been able to acquire through all of these years is enough to keep them going until the day they eventually die. But many people struggle financially until the very end, with debt being passed down to their children. Wealth solves that problem as long as you don't screw around with it. The house in which you live is not wealthy because it requires you to go out into the marketplace and trade your time in order to pay the mortgage or utilities. The moment you distance yourself from it and rent it out to someone else, that's when that house goes from a liability to an asset, and wealth is made of value-generating assets. The notion of escaping money problems through money-generating assets is nothing new, okay? But every generation has their own version of a wealth-building protocol. If back in the day, a cow was the go-to asset because it gave milk and meat, and both of these could be consumed and it could be sold, the wealth of an individual was determined by how many cows and sheep and chickens they had. The fundamental money problems are food and shelter. A person finally becomes free once their income from wealth crosses the threshold of food and shelter. Then you have to expand it so the wealth can take care of the entire family and make tomorrow predictable from a money problems perspective. A person cannot afford the luxury of working on their own mental state if their kids have nothing to eat. The purpose of wealth is to free the individual from money problems. Food is taken care of, bills are taken care of, the future is predictable enough to feel safe going into tomorrow because you've got enough wealth to give yourself a fighting chance. Which takes us to the next type of freedom that wealth facilitates: freedom to try and fail. Wealth is determined by how many times you can afford to fail and still be fine. It's a luxury combined with timing, money, and mental fortitude. If you're 23 years old with no family and minimal overall expenses, you could start and fail multiple times. But what if you're 40 years old with a family of 2 children where the family needs your salary to survive? Can you afford to quit your job and work for the next 5 years on your startup without pay? Probably not.
So that was just something I put up just about wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And, because you did say health and wealth is all the same.
Yeah.
So you have to be healthy in order to be able to enjoy the wealth or be able to work to get the wealth to pass down to the family later on.
Yeah. And I think the two, like eating healthy, it can be expensive, but eating out is even more expensive.
Yeah.
So you can save money. Yeah, you can save money by eating at home. Greg said he keeps his calories right at around 2,000, sodium under 200 or 2,000 milligrams, liquids under 64 ounces per day. That's what he's doing to stay healthy. Since we're talking about it, I got 2 books that I'm reading right now. The first one is Investing 101. This is a really good book. If you guys want to just think of, it's Michael Kagan. It talks about stocks and bonds and ETFs. And so what I did is opened up an account with Vanguard, right? So what you can do is with Vanguard, they have these things called ETFs, where you can go ahead and invest in what you want, right? You can open an account for as little as $100, right? And when I did that, the market was down, and there's this NVIDIA stock, right? NVIDIA makes microchips, and it's a really hot stock, but it fell down to $94, right? So I bought 2 shares of that stock, and when it was down, now 3 weeks later, that stock is up to 148. So I've made money already on what I've invested. But if you would like, try and get this book. It explains investing and how you can do it and how easy it is. You don't have to have, a master's in stocks and bonds,
Or a whole bunch of money.
or a whole bunch of money. No, you can start off very little. Like I said, you can open an account at Vanguard for $100. And you don't have to invest that money. You can just open that account and that money sits there. It doesn't make any money, but it'll sit there. And when you're ready to invest, or you accumulated enough money to invest in a stock, you can buy a stock. And it's easy to know which companies are doing well and which companies are doing bad. This is how, when the stock market went down, this is how a lot of people made a lot of money. A lot of money because people were buying stocks at a very low price. So yeah, this is about investment. And the second book is Wills, Estates, and Trusts. Wills, Estates, and Trusts. This is a really good book too. My mother gave me both of these. It talks about how to write a will, setting an estate, avoiding probate, protecting your inheritance, handling a will contest, living trust and Medicaid trusts, asset protections and trusts. There's a lot of things I'm learning about trusts that if this should be taught in high school. Both of these.
Yes.
Both of these should be taught in high school.
That.
Yeah, both of these things should be taught in high school. Get rid of math. Well, not math. We'll keep math, but get rid of algebra and calculus. and teach, I know Mr. Brown would be really upset about that, investing and wills and estates. These are things that should be taught us at a young age, because I'm just learning about them, when I was turning 40 and starting to completely understand it. And I think a lot of our lives would be different if there was financial literacy in high school.
Yes. Wills, estate, and trust. And investing. I was just putting the books in there. And Investing 101 for those 2 books. All right, you guys. Now, what we got going on here is the midterms. Now, do y'all know how important this is? I mean, really, let me play this little video. I do have a short video. What is it? How long is it? Oh, it's only 1:14. Just something that I grabbed just to kind of, oh, wait. I'm starting it without bringing it up. Just to kind of explain midterms. I know most people know, but it's part of the show. You gotta show and tell. Oh, you gotta read it. Wait, let me go back. It's a quick 1 minute read. Here we go. Everybody ready? Ready? Go. Oh, they're done. So the midterms, you guys, very, 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 very important this time around, because if we're gonna stop the buffoonery, this is something we're gonna have to really pay attention to. Troy, what you think about the midterms? I know you.
Well,
it's a lot more than I.
Yeah, the midterms are very important. For one, the Republicans control the House and the Senate right now, so he has a free reign to do whatever he wants until the midterms, because the majority of it's going to pass. Luckily, there's some rhino Republicans that are pushing back. One of them is the big beautiful bill, right, which is going to cut billions of dollars from social services. They say it's not, but it will. Social services, that's food stamps, Medicaid, Medicaid, Medicare. It's going to be a lot of cuts of Veterans Affairs, a lot of cuts for things that people need, right? And then give a tax break to the higher, the 1%. The reason they want to cut all that money for the services is so they can afford those tax cuts for the rich. So luckily, we'll see if it passes the Senate. It may not pass the Senate. It may have some change. But for the midterm, for right now, a lot of the stuff he's doing is illegal. Even the tariffs. The tariffs are supposed to be done by Congress, and that's not being done by Congress.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff he's pushing the envelope on what a president can do, and some of the stuff he's getting away with, some of the stuff he's not. Some of the stuff he's doing, he could be impeached for. But since they control the House and the Senate, he won't be impeached. If that flips,
gotta vote.
If that flips, now impeachment process can happen. This happened this first term too. I mean, he was impeached twice. And what's the importance of impeachment is he becomes a lame duck president. A lot of the stuff he wants to do, he can't do.
Right.
So it's important to flip some seats during the midterm. So we have to get out and vote for the midterms.
Have to. And each state is different. We don't all vote the same like we do. I had to pause. We all don't vote the same time. Isn't it different months and different? I guess we're gonna have to go pull that up to see.
Yeah. When the voting, what states and what they're voting for, who's on the ballots.
Yeah.
We should do a whole nother show for that.
Right.
But I don't know. The Democrats, the problem with the Democrats is they don't have a plan. Only thing they're saying is Trump is bad, right? Trump is bad. He's doing this, he's doing that. They're like the little tattletales in school. Hey, you're doing this, doing that. They're not doing anything about it. So it's almost like the whole role reversal of the Democrats and the Republicans. Now the Democrats have become the Republicans, cussing people out and saying you stink. There's nothing you can do. Everything you're doing is wrong. Everything you're just doing is bad. But where's the alternative plan? What's
Right.
the plan?
So they're not countering to anything he's doing. They're just like, no, we're not doing it. That's it. They're not coming back and saying, okay, let's go. Let's meet in the middle.
Yeah, there's got to be some give and take, and Trump's not going to do that. But at least let me see you try. Don't come out and tell me, well, everything he's going to do, this is going to be bad for you. Well, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Instead of just saying, hey, it is bad. Okay, it's bad. What's the alternative plan? What are you coming up with to put out there? What are the bills you guys are passing? What are they? They don't have anything.
They don't have any. You're right.
And so that's why I'm a little worried about the midterms, that things could stay the same, because their messaging is terrible. I saw an article the other day. They're going to pay like $20 million on how to speak to young voters. How you speak to young voters is you go out, get out of your damn seat, go to these city halls or whatever, the colleges, and talk to the kids.
And talk to them face to face.
Yeah.
What in the world is going on?
Well, the problem is that they're 50,000-year-old Senate people. They don't know how to talk to the youth. And then you got people like Cory Booker, and who's the other guy? They're safe Democrats. They don't want to say anything wrong. They're always politically correct. So
you're right. They're scary.
Yeah, they're scary. They don't exude leadership, right? They're great orators. They can speak well, but they don't exude leadership. One thing about Barack Obama, he was a great orator, and when somebody crossed him, he had a great comeback, and he was a good lead. He was a leader. I don't see anybody in the Democratic Party as a leader right now. You got AOC. Jasmine Crockett is
the only one.
Yeah, I really like Jasmine Crockett. But other than that, yeah. And sometimes she can go a little too far, but all she's doing is, again, reiterating how the Republicans are. So if you want to be as, ignorant and stupid as you can be, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to call people out.
She is too.
Yep. Which is not bad, and she points out the problems with the policies. But what are our new policies? What can we do to either compromise with the policies that are putting out, or do better than what they're presenting? And right now, because the midterms are coming up, they can't really do anything, because whatever they put out there is going to get denied, because again, the Republicans have both the House and the Senate. So that's the importance. Yeah, we got to get out and vote. So what do you think, Drummer? What do you think about the Democratic Party?
Hey, like you said, I don't see anything that they're doing at all. They're doing a lot of whining and complaining. Let me see. I was looking up something about the different dates of who's. Let me see.
I'd like to see a third party. I really would. I would like to see a split within the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, and those that are more center-leaning start a new party where you have both Democrats and Republicans, coming together. Because honestly, man, I don't care about this LGBT shit. I really don't care. It doesn't. Immigration, yeah, it's a strain on our social services, but the thing is, immigration has been happening forever. It's not a big deal. The big deal is our economy, what our wages are, how much we're making, and how much. Our taxes are going to go up. Property taxes are going to go up 8% here over the next year. So, my salary went down this year compared to what I've been doing in the last couple of years. So, yeah, it's not. I'd rather deal with that,
right?
And these tariffs, they're not. These tariffs are ridiculous.
I mean, they just, like you said, they just showed that the judge blocked it off and said it's not. He can't do it.
Right.
So
Greg
that's
says
why, like you said, he's throwing it out there and pulling it back, knowing that he really can't do it, but it's worked for him.
right. He says
To
they
some
need. Greg says they need more people to believe in action. I totally agree. They're
Mhm.
going to these ice stations and wanting to see how their constituents are doing and stuff like that. And what it is they're making a big. And Trump's really good at it, right? He'll bring in Zelensky. And
Yep.
cuss Zelensky out because of what he's wearing, and they attack Zelensky. Now that becomes front news. Or he'll bring in the African president and say, and that
Yep.
becomes front page news. But the news reporting and not reporting on the depth of what he is actually doing. You know, he's showing you one hand while ramming you with a knife in the back with the other one.
That's exactly what he's doing. Look, like I said, he's taking wet paper towel, throwing it against the wall, and seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
It's sliding down real slow, and then he tries something else after that. I can't even look at him anymore. When I see anything, I'm like, it's stressful to even look at him.
Well, he's not. I think he's just in the position similar to Joe Biden, as we found out. Joe Biden was woohoo during his the
worse,
last 2 years. Yeah, I understand he's worse, but he's just there to do the decoy shit, to be the front person. But the real people, the Project 2025 people, are doing exactly what they said they were doing. If you look at this bill, you look at the bill, that big beautiful bill is the 2025 project.
Yep, it sure is.
But yeah, Greg says we need
about 3 years, 2 years
that believe in action. Yeah, we definitely need more politicians that believe in actions, and then have the voice of the people. Yeah,
on both sides, people who are going to stand up against when something is wrong. Because I always think, what does Trump have hanging over these people's heads where they're agreeing with stuff that they know is morally wrong? That's just, when it's just wrong.
Well, they're career politicians, and they know where their bread is buttered. They know that he has the sway of the people right now. Now, if he gets pissed off by the people, they'll start dropping him like flies. But because he can say, I don't like this guy, and then a lot of your constituents say, okay, Trump says he doesn't like the guy that's in my district, I don't like him either, right? So he's got a lot of sway with the base right now. So that's why they're giving him reach arounds all the time. It's just they have no backbone, no spine. They're career politicians. That's why we should have term limits. Get people in there that want to serve the people in the country instead of serve their own interests and make
They're
money.
reaching around, all right. They're reaching around, grabbing that tape to bring around to put his diaper on. That's what they're doing. Well,
yeah,
guys,
we're seeing a lot of corruption within our political system, and that's the first downfall of an empire.
Greg said, my son said all the politicians were at Diddy's party and Trump knows. Now, you could be right. That could be something that he's using for a lot of them. A lot of people, actually, because, we were going to get and talk about some entertainment, even though it's almost time to go. But the Diddy trial is another thing. It's a distraction.
Yeah,
because if you really think about it, it's really a man just being a freak and having a Tootsie Roll and whatever else they say. That's all distractions. I know the baby oil is a bad thing or whatever he put in it, but what exactly do they have? We're paying attention to
who cares, right? Who gives a shit about Diddy? Really? Who gives two shits about Diddy? He's an entertainer. Who cares? Meanwhile, he's like a superhero. Yeah, he's pardoning. Who did he buy? YN Young Boy.
YFN Lucci.
Yeah, somebody. He just pardoned them. Larry Hoover gave Larry Hoover a pardon, which is pretty cool. Guy's been in there forever. He's given the Chrisleys a pardon to get out of jail.
They should not be getting out.
No, it's tax evasion. It's tax evasion. That's what they're in for. But he's doing all this so he can stay in the news cycle. So that bumps out whatever news that should be put on there, like what's happening in Gaza right now, what's happening over there in Ukraine, how the gas prices are going to go skyrocketing, barrels to hold them.
Iran situation and all that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Putin said, shut up, Trump, in so many words. You ain't going to do nothing.
No, Putin's playing him like a fool.
Yeah, he is. And we all know it. Well, you guys, that's episode 189. Next week, 190. Wow. Troy is supposed to come up with the show for next week, but we'll see. He's kind of busy. Maybe you guys, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. We can do this. We can do this. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Email. If anybody has something they would like to talk about, or maybe they want to come on with a special guest or something special, idiotboxtelly@gmail.com. Not for next week, but it can be for any week. Also, we're about to do the next Alliance Entrepreneur Show, where we're going to have a few of entrepreneurs up talking about their business and where they're located, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's going to be coming up as well. So as I say, peace and hair grease, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Thanks for joining in.
Peace.
Peace.
We're in a lot of trouble because less than 3% of you people read books. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. You're beginning to believe the illusions. This is mass madness, you maniac. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We